Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF, ticker symbol VCIT, is an exchange-traded fund, ETF, that seeks to track the performance of a benchmark index that measures the investment return of intermediate-term, investment-grade corporate bonds. The ETF is managed by Vanguard Group, Inc., one of the world's largest investment management companies and a pioneer in low-cost index investing. The Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF is designed for investors who want to gain exposure to the corporate bond market and are looking for a diversified, cost-effective way to do so. The ETF invests in a broad range of intermediate-term corporate bonds, which are defined as having maturities between 5 and 10 years. These bonds are issued by companies with investment-grade credit ratings, meaning they are considered to have a relatively low risk of default. One of the key benefits of investing in the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF is its diversification. By investing in a wide range of corporate bonds, the ETF helps to spread risk across a broad range of issuers and industries. This can help to reduce the volatility of the fund's returns and potentially provide a more stable source of income. Another advantage of the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF is its low cost. The fund has an expense ratio of just 0.07%, which is significantly lower than the average expense ratio for actively managed bond funds. This means that investors can keep more of their returns and potentially realize higher net returns over the long term. In terms of performance, the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF has been a solid performer since its inception in 2007. Over the past 10 years, the fund has generated an average annual return of 4.7%, which is in line with its benchmark index and the intermediate-term corporate bond market as a whole. One potential risk for investors in the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF is the risk of rising interest rates. When interest rates rise, the value of existing bonds tends to decline, which can negatively impact the value of the fund. However, the intermediate-term nature of the bonds held by the fund may help to mitigate this risk to some extent, as these bonds may be less sensitive to changes in interest rates than shorter-term bonds. Overall, the Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF is a solid choice for investors looking to gain exposure to the intermediate-term corporate bond market in a diversified, low-cost manner. It may be suitable for a range of investment goals, including income generation, portfolio diversification, and long-term growth. As with any investment, it is important to carefully consider your own financial situation and investment objectives before making a decision.